Hello everybody and welcome back. Edgeworth stepped up when we couldn't. So here we go.
Very well, the court shall grant the prosecution's request. That's okay with you, right, Chief Chen?
Worthy. You'll live to regret this, mark my words.
Miss Emma Skye, please take the stand.
Looks like Edgeworth has decided to take the horse by the reins. Woohoo!
Something I couldn't do. Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. My name is Emma Skye. My occupation? I'm an honest little sister and I want to be a scientific investigator. 2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Dark of the Joe Dark Kings. Is correct? Yes. I'm trying my hardest to forget about that, though. I'm sorry. But I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events one more time. Mr. Edgeworth, please remember this trial concerns the murder of Detective Goodman. Is an incident that was resolved 2 years ago really all that relevant? Yes, it most certainly is. Well, okay then.
He sure came in fast.
Now, please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago.
Should I even still be here? The trip to yesteryear has finally begun. It's bound to lead to the truth behind this trial. 2 years. 2 years.
I was waiting in my sister's office that day. A man came running in and took me hostage. Neil Marshall rescued me. I'll never forget what I saw in that instant.
Just like the drawing.
The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest.
Oh, wait a minute, no. I had it backwards.
Stabbed in the back.
No. It's the other way around. He influenced her. He fucking psychologically influenced her to remember this image. If I can just fucking... There. She'll never forget it because he fucking ingrained it into her mind with this. Yeah. Makes sense, right? Traumatized her. Because why would he have a drawing of it otherwise? So he probably showed everyone, like, this is what you saw. This man tried to stab him. This is what you saw. Say it. This is what you saw. And like that shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's what he fucking did. Wait, in the chest?
Yep.
That's not
It's a good thing you weren't harmed. I passed out. I don't remember much.
Stabbed in the back. Ha ha!
That's understandable. However, please tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, what does this testimony have to do with the Detective Goodman's murder? That'll soon become apparent, Your Honor.
You've got to admire him for his courage, considering he has no evidence.
Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
Am I still the defense? Do I even work here anymore? Whatever.
Technically no, but we have no other defense, so you can stay.
Stab Mr. Marshall in the chest. Woo!
Which is wrong.
The witness's statement is clearly faulty, Your Honor. What?
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 I think we need to press.
You dense motherfucker. Motherfucking cue ball piece of shit.
Hey, you be nice to the judge.
No, he's a dick.
You're a dick.
Okay. That must have been a real shock.
Even now, when I close my eyes, I can still see it just as clearly. Tell us, what were you doing at the moment? I believe it testified that Joe Dark was holding you hostage. When lightning struck and the lights went out, Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark and was thrown aside, and the two began wrestling each other. I'm pretty sure I was watching them.
Emma doesn't have any reason to lie, but Lana sure does. I need to get Emma to tell me about this as much as she can. Oh. Alright, well, let's save just to be safe, because of course.
Yeah. Well, I should have done that before choosing the other one, but oh well.
Yeah. Defendant was... because we already know all this shit.
Second Commander to the Deputy Chief of Police Jan, my sister. She's the best detective ever. Yes, I remember. Deputy Chief Jan and Miss Sky used to be quite the pair. I believe they shared the same office. That's right. I'd always sit at my sister's desk. I ruined 3 of her office chairs. And dreamed about playing that organ. I wanted to play it that day too. The police department and the prosecution's office held a ceremony that day. Anna promised to take me to dinner after she finished her work.
A man?
Yeah, Joe Dark. He was a serial killer. Joe Dark was brought in for questioning the day of that ceremony. We were desperate to get anything from him that would lead to an arrest. When he saw his chance, he fled the room, right? Upon fleeing the room, Dark proceeded to take the elevator. He must have been in a panic because the elevator was going up. Then he ran into Sky and Jan's office. There was a lot of noise coming from outside, so I opened up the door to have a look, and that's when I saw him.
What was the
I think
prosecutor
Jan
doing
may have
there?
told Dark where to go.
Yeah.
That day, there were 2 people present during Dark's questioning. Deputy Chief Damon Jant and Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
Almost forgot about Jan.
Neil Marshall had just received the King of Prosecutors Award. Young and dedicated, he went straight to the questioning room after the ceremony. I assume that would also be why he was the first to run after Dark. When Dark grabbed me, I thought I was as good as dead.
And that's when Prosecutor Marshall came running in.
I don't clearly remember what happened then. But I'll never forget what I saw in that instant.
Can you
Don't
tell
even
us about
finish
that?
saying it. Hold it! Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark just then. The lights went out. The lights? It was just about this time of year. There was a terrible storm going on and lightning struck nearby.
So the electricity went out.
Wait a minute. It was pitch dark in that room. We shouldn't have been able to see anything, right? Right, but just then lightning flashed again outside. That sudden flash left an unforgettable image of the scene in my mind.
Yep.
I see. I told the detective about what I saw then.
The detective?
Yes, Detective Goodman. He was in charge of the case.
Detective Bruce Goodman, the victim. Hear more,
Hear more.
obviously. So you spoke with Detective Goodman about this 2 years ago.
Yes, that's what's so scary about this trial. And you told Detective Goodman about what you saw. Yes, but at the time the words just wouldn't come out. That's why I drew a picture.
Oh, fuck. A picture? Yes, I think she mentioned that before.
Well, Mr. Wright, have you heard enough?
This picture the witness drew. I believe it has a very important meaning.
But the list of evidence I was given 2 years ago didn't contain a picture.
I have it! Me!
Witness, would you mind if we added this statement to your testimony?
Yeah!
Yes, Your Honor. I drew a picture of the scene once, but that seems to have been lost. You want to save? Okay, no.
Woohoo! Mr. Edgeworth. This little girl put all her heart into drawing that picture. And yet, you would insist on denying its existence?
Huh? Hey, I'm not the bad guy. All I'm saying is that, as the prosecutor for the case, I wasn't handed such a picture.
That may well be. But that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold!
This is the evidence list for the SL9 incident?
Mm-hmm. Please turn it over, Your Honor.
Over. Turn it. Ah! What's this?
Dun 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 dun!
Yes, what is that? Hey, that's it. That's a picture I drew.
Hidden away in Chief Jan's office.
Indeed. Two men appear to be wrestling here. What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list?
Me?
Only the prosecutor in charge should have access to that list. Huh? These lists, they're different from each other. What? It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These two lists fit together to form one. You can see the marks here where they were torn apart from each other.
So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only half of the evidence in that case ever reached you.
What? What? Meow, meow, meow. Order. But Miss Sky, why did you draw your picture on the back of such an important list? Because that's what Detective Goodman handed me in the questioning room, Your Honor.
Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor!
Are you alright, Mr. Wright? Your eyes are bulging from your head.
I'm fine, man! If the evidence list was torn in half, then there might be more on the drawing in the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list. Oh.
Oh yes, that's quite conceivable, Mr. Edgeworth. It's possible. Let's see. Is something wrong?
Do you even have to ask?
Sorry, Your Honor. There is indeed something drawn on the back of my list.
Edgeworth is a doo-doo face.
It is a phallus. Oh.
Oh!
Oh, that's the top. That's the top of that thing.
Yes! You're right! Oh my god.
Oh god, we're hearing the music, Jay. At least you're not going mad this time. That's that thing. I think I was dancing in the evidence room. Clearly this is an act of vandalism. It's the work of a certain chief of detectives.
I guess he was out of scrap paper.
Very well, witness. Will you please testify about this picture you drew 2 years ago? Huh? Oh, yes, sir, Your Honor.
What's wrong with Emma? She seemed to be thinking about something when she was looking at the picture.
Yeah, she was looking at that thing. It's not the blue badger. This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see were shadows. After that, I must have fainted. This picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant. I think a flash of lightning could burn such an image in your mind.
Thanks to that, though, she was able to show us exactly what she saw.
Well, I don't see any contradictions here. It clearly shows Joe Dark about to murder Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
No, it fucking doesn't!
The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Wright, clean that powdered sugar off your desk.
Yeah, powdered sugar! Picture I drew 2 years ago. Did you draw this picture right after the incident?
I think I drew it 2 or 3 days later. At first I was in such a state of shock that I couldn't do anything. During that time, the investigation team was organized. Detective Goodman was placed in charge, under the direction of Damon Jant and Lana Sky.
2 or 3 days later, the memory should have still been fresh in her mind.
Excuse me, witness. But can you please tell us why this picture is painted all black? The flash of lightning was so bright all I could see were shadows.
So at the time, you didn't even know it was Mr. Marshall who had come to your rescue.
No, I couldn't see him clearly. The lightning was so bright, and I was knocked to the floor.
You were knocked to the floor?
Dark had a tight grip on me, but when Marshall jumped on him, I was knocked away. I turned around, and that's when the lightning flashed.
Poor Emma. I'm just glad she wasn't hurt.
What happened after the lightning flashed?
She fainted.
I must have fainted.
You mean you didn't actually see the murder take place?
No, I'm sorry. The flash of lightning only drove out the darkness for a split second. Not only that, but the trauma of the situation understandably caused the witness to faint. I've been here before. Or did you forget, Mr. Wright?
Eh.
Do you really need to torture this girl any further?
Bad bite me. What? Hey, I'm not the bad guy here.
Anyway, this picture. Exactly what I saw in that instant.
You said stabbed in the chest. That's not correct, though. Sorry for asking so many times, but are you sure you drew exactly what you saw?
Of course, this is the exact scene.
It wasn't influenced in any way from your talks with the detectives?
Are you insinuating we somehow manipulated her memory, Mr. Wright?
No, of course not. I better watch out, or he might find some way to cut my salary.
I did this picture before I heard anything from the detectives. I don't think anyone's story would have influenced me. Mr. Wright, is there something that's bothering you about this picture?
Huh? Oh, well...
Well?
That's strange. She claims this is exactly the scene that was imprinted in her mind, and yet... there's clearly a contradiction here. Oh, fuck. So it needs to be on this picture shows blah blah blah, right?
Yeah.
Must have fainted.
And then... what do we show here? The pod? I doubt that. That's clearly like... hold up. If she was on the ground when she saw that, that means the pod was thrown. Should we show that?
Should we? You want to try either that or the picture itself? I'm gonna try the picture first. Music did not stop. What?
Oh, they aren't, are they?
They are.
Of course not.
Wow.
I love how when you get something wrong, it just shows that, oh yeah, he's new at this.
Oh yeah, I'm fucking wrong, sorry.
Look, that's... oh. Because it's not the full thing. Exactly what I saw in that instant. What do we show here? The image of the room here?
Do we have the room?
I mean, you have the image where they took the
maybe we
photo
compare it
of
to
the thing.
this.
Oh yeah, we
fucking
do.
duh.
Of course. Now we're going to do it in the...
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this picture the witness drew contains a blatant contradiction.
What? But I remember, like, it was just, like, yesterday. Mr. Wright, perhaps it would be faster if you simply pointed this contradiction for us. The part of this picture contradicts the autopsy report.
Let's see, holding with his right, with his left, stabbed in the back. No, you said stabbed in the chest. So I'd point here? Take that! Oh, damn it.
Okay, before you do that, let's look at the thing again.
Maybe because it's not a knife, it's just a solid stick?
Okay. So go to the drawing now. Let's look at the, single stab wound, piercing the heart and lung.
Weapon found in wound was missing tip, single stab wound, piercing heart and lung. Yeah. The blade was already missing its tip.
Oh!
That's why it's blunt and not sharp. The contradiction, of course, lies here. Take a look at the knife the man is holding. If you look closely, you can see the tip is broken.
Even I don't have to look closely to see that, Mr. Wright. But Mr. Wright, look at the evidence. See the murder weapon? The tip is broken too. If I recall, the tip with the knife was found broken off in the victim's body. We have a conclusive piece of evidence that proved Joe Dark was the murderer.
I'm afraid it's not so simple, Emma. Damn it.
And where, pray tell, could you possibly see a problem?
Well, unfortunately, we're all out of time for now, so thank you for watching, and we'll see you later.
Adios.